welcome everyone to another edition of Beer for Breakfast ABV. And we are joined today by the team from the San Diego Brewing Company in Grantville and also North Park. Good to have you guys here.
Thank you.
We've got Lee Dockstader here. Good to have you here, Lee,
Thank
the
you very much.
co-owner of San Diego Brewing Company.
Correct.
And also Jared Davis is here. Good to have you here, Jared.
Thank you for having us.
Now you are the you're one of the brewers.
I'm one of the brewers, correct.
All right, well, nice to have you guys here today. So we're going to start off with, I would say it's probably your most iconic beer.
True.
Which is the San Diego IPA. Now, how long have you been brewing this?
It's been
about 2 years
at least, yeah. We've kind of, it might a little bit before that. It was in the pre-planning stages, but this rendition is about 2 years old now.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, Paul will tell you the same thing. Through the years, you kind of refine things and change things, and different ingredients become available. And with this particular one, I think we've kind of settled on this, and it's become our top seller. So.
And bad host syndrome here. I forgot to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, producer Danielle is here, everybody, doing some pouring. And Paul Segura is here from Carl Strauss, everybody.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's
clap.
try some
Golf
of
clap.
yes, golf claps, Caddyshack samples for everyone here.
Nice bit
and
of head on that.
yeah.
Yes, it's the pour.
Cheers. It smells good. San Diego
Can't wait to try
IPA.
this. Oh,
Ooh. That's a solid IPA.
very nice.
Well, if you're going to call it San Diego IPA, you kind of want to be solid.
7.3% ABV.
Correct.
Solid.
Uh,
Very hop forward. I
very
like
hot
this,
forward,
yeah.
very light and crisp. Something that you can drink more than one of, I think, without being filled up, like some of the doubles out there and things like that. So it's really been my go-to beer. So
Now, are you guys brewing this at the new North Park location?
brewing at both locations just to keep up. So yes.
And where is the new North Park location? How new is it, I guess?
About 3 months now or 2 months.
We opened at the end of January.
Correct.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Sorry,
That's
I
great.
lose track of time. I look at him for my time cue.
How did that come about, the three breweries in the one building?
We were approached by the landlord. H.G. Fenton kind of put together the project, and they have the three different independent breweries inside under one roof. Former strip club, now a
I thought that building
brewery
looked
mall,
familiar.
as we like to say. I did too. Yeah, we kept the poll. So come on. So
Exercise, beer and exercise.
it is. So yes,
You get bored, there's a pole there.
Yeah, and you see Jared on the, yeah.
it's Jared and Jeff.
Need
yes.
entertainment there somehow.
Yeah.
That's part of the interview, right? Yeah, so.
Yeah, so you go upside down. So, but it kind of gave us an opportunity to kind of jump into more of a production facility. Primarily for the last 24 years or so, or 28 years, we've been a brew pub, and we've only had the capacity to kind of handle the pub, and not really many accounts outside of that. And luckily, with this now, we can bring it to the masses. And I wouldn't say to the masses, but at least we can get it outside of the pub, and we can get some accounts out there. And because we've had a lot of people knocking at the door going, hey, when are you going to do this? When are you going to bottle? When are you going to get it in kegs for us to sell? So that's kind of what our goal was.
You got to expand the empire, right?
Yeah, everybody else has kind of expanded, and we've kind of been happy in our own little, brew pub world. But this is kind of a new thing for us, and I think it's really exciting, and it really has been fun and given us some opportunities to meet some new people and get out there and kind of pass the word. And what's old is new again. I mean, we've kind of been around the block for a little bit, but now with that facility, kind of brings us into everybody's fresh mind, and there you go.
Now, Jared,
Cheers
what's the
to
story
that.
with the Osito IPA?
So the Osito IPA, we brewed this with the Pink Boots Society in collaboration. It is a little bit more of a robust malt build than the San Diego IPA. I would call the San Diego IPA much more simple, straightforward malt build to kind of bring forward the hops. This one tries to do a little bit more hop and malt balance. There was also honey, 30 pounds of honey added at the boil. So
30 pounds of honey.
30 pounds of honey.
That's
So
a lot of bees.
Finish it.
Did you get it from the nest that's hanging out in my apartment's roof right now? 'Cause there's
Actually, we did.
only North Park's finest bees.
That's correct. But again, the Pink Boots Society is an organization that represents women in the brewing industry. They don't necessarily they aren't all brewers, but they work either in the industry and different aspects, and it's kind of an organization to give them. And then part of the sale, when you actually are getting this right off the fermenter, so to speak, or this is not available yet. So I don't know when you're going to air this, but hopefully by this weekend we'll be premiering it. And again, a portion of the sales of this product is going to go towards the Pink Boots Society. It's kind of help them out.
Was this part of the Big Boots Brew
Correct.
that was going on
Correct.
a few weeks ago?
That is correct.
International Women's Day.
Correct.
Oh, I'll drink to that.
There we go. Jeez, it doesn't take much. Does it? Jeez.
Osito IPA, and the name comes from utilizing the honey and the whole California tie-in.
Well, it does, and again,
That's
we were trying to
really
go for
good.
something in the middle, so to speak. So, Papa Bear is a little hard, Mama
Right.
Bear is a little soft, Baby Bear was in the middle, and
Just right.
just
right.
right. So we were going for that just right IPA, and Baby Bear didn't really sound great. So we
Osito!
sounds more manly. It's like
Yeah.
we should have probably figured out what German for little bear is. Probably like Eiskirka, something like that. But that would have been even better.
Fierce bear.
A fierce bear. But Baby Bear beer doesn't really sound that great. So Osito or Osita for probably this rendition, we should be. Well, that was a good idea. We could change.
That's awesome.
Isn't that somebody's nickname?
I wouldn't know about that. Honey in beer, is that often used, Paul?
Well, it is off. Well, not so much these days because of the lack of honey, and honey's very expensive right now because the bees have kind of gone in decline.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of a honey IPA. It actually makes it more dry and allows the hops to kind of pull through to the forefront a little bit more.
A little more of a backbone to it too than the San Diego IPA. You get a little more fill in in the end, I think.
Well, that's the thing I like about both of these IPAs, is that there's, this long lost fourth ingredient in beer called malt that is seldom used, particularly in San Diego IPAs. And I like it, actually. So both of your IPAs had it, which is awesome. Cheers to you guys for that.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it. That means a lot, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's like Howard Stern coming saying, "I love this show." So,
Someday, man, someday. That's
That's
the goal. Howard?
I'm just a lowly beer enthusiast.
Howard, look, we'll give you beer if you come on, pal. We can. We probably can't get enough for Artie, but for Howard for sure.
Well, you got to deal with it. You get.
Now we're gonna try the Old
job on
Town Nut Brown. Now, how long have you guys been brewing
Get the
this
jokes
one?
out.
Actually, quite a while.
This is a classic.
This is a classic. Jared kind of put his fingers on this one, so I'll let him kind of explain it. This is one of his faves.
It's so kind of in the dark world, I guess. You have the stouts, the porter, and the browns, and I feel like browns are a little bit not underutilized, but underappreciated, I guess is more the word I'm looking for. And just because it's the lighter side of the dark. Thank you. This one we have 2 different caramel malts in it. We have Cara Brown, we have some dark chocolate, a little bit of roasted barley to fill it out, and brew it at a little bit of a higher mash temperature to get a little more thicker body. And I don't know, it's one of my favorites. It's smooth, good flavor, chocolate and caramel. When people come in, they're like, I don't want a hot bomb or something. They're looking for something a little more malty. This is kind of what we recommend. This or our amber. So.
It smells like toffee and caramel and a little bit of cocoa, man.
And again, like we had talked about, no real nuts gave their life for the nut brown. So it's people with allergies. It's fine. We're good.
So, coming from a brewer's standpoint, when you see a beer like this, it's very dark, which can be incredibly intimidating, but the taste isn't intimidating at all. It's very easy drinking. So when you have somebody who sees something like that, how do you explain to exactly what it tastes like and not being intimidated by the color?
Basically, I was formerly a beer tender at San Diego Brewing Company, and people would come and they'd be like, I don't like dark beers. And I'd try to tell them, no, that's not true. You just haven't had a dark beer that you like yet, and let me try to enlighten you or something. So when people kind of as you were saying, when people see dark beers, they think, oh, that's going to be roasty and harsh. And there's so many other options. There's Doppelbocks, there's browns, there's so many variety that they don't know. So I try to give them a try. If they don't like it, that's fine. You know what? Maybe they'll.
At least they know now.
Exactly. So.
I dig that. I tell people don't drink with your eyes, You can't judge a beer by its color.
Yeah, see, I tell them it's a light beer, but it's from the bottom of the keg. So it's just, that's what I tell them.
So you're the one perpetuating that.
Shake the keg up a little bit.
This is the bottom of the keg, and that's how it got this way.
This is really good beer, man.
Cheers, you guys.
Yes.
Old
You guys
Town
are-
Nut Brown.
Yes, you guys are proselytizing. I love that.
Jared, you took Paul's class, didn't you?
I did. I took his operations management class.
What did you get on the final?
I got an A in the class.
He's a smart guy. He's a smart guy.
Now, as I understand it, Paul, someone else took this exam as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, somebody with some purple bluish hair took that final exam.
I was slightly
last
intoxicated, just a little bit.
Well,
making
that's the right
excuses for
conditions under which you
failing
take it, right?
As long as you were studying in that state.
That's what I thought.
It all makes sense.
Don't remember everything here. It's fine. Now, you guys also brought a kombucha along.
Yeah, we kind of figured this would be a good palate cleanser at the end. Kombucha is coming on strong in San Diego and like we had kind of talked off camera.
There's
Paul,
no such thing.
there was, yes.
I didn't know what a kombucha was. It's up there with Gouda cheese. So.
So Paul had explained that he's been making his own kombucha
I have.
at home and was familiar with it. So again, it is a fermented tea product. So you are brewing black tea.
And then inoculating it with probiotic organisms.
SCOBY.
Well, yeah, they call it the mother or the SCOBY.
That's correct.
What does inoculation mean?
Well, that just means
like a shot.
Yeah.
Oh.
It means like you're.
I thought of
putting-
something else, but okay.
Well, you think of it more like a sourdough bread starter, in a way. It kind of, you put it in there. And so, again, all organic. And then this one is flavored. And
I can help you out.
go
here,
for it. That's why I brought it.
Jared.
So this is our head brewer, girlfriend, Carrie DiNapoli, makes our kombucha. And this flavor is Spring Freesia. It's tisane from Cafe Moto. Tisane is kind of just like a bunch of different herbs and flowers together. So this is hibiscus, orange peel, dried fruit, dried flowers. Kind of gives a nice like citrus feel as it's going down. This one also, if you go to our North Park tasting room, we have kombucha on draft and we have kombucha on nitro, which I don't think many
Nice.
people are doing it on nitro.
No.
No one that we know at least. And kind of makes like a little bit more of a smoother taste. The first one that we did was pumpkin pie, and it kind of made like a little a la mode kind of on top of the pumpkin pie.
We've been
kombucha
being very
taste, so-
seasonal with it.
So-
She made a green one for St. Patrick's Day. It was all, it had like, I don't know what it had in it, but it was.
Spirulina and chlorophyll.
Yes,
and
there you go. It was very green. It was very green.
So it's usually 0.7 to 1% alcohol, as Lee said, full of probiotics and vitamins. It's just very refreshing, light.
Makes me think of
Easy to
yoga.
Yeah.
I take a drink of it and I think of yoga. I'm like,
Well-
downward dog.
Again, we can't make any true health claims about it, but we do have people that actually come in and buy growlers of it, and then they'll drink a glass a day, and if they've had issues with their gut and other problems or all kinds of things, and this kind of helps reseed your gut, and it basically, the gut is kind of responsible for a lot of your health or issues if you want. So
I just went on a major rant about this on Facebook. How everybody's drinking these hazy IPAs that have a bunch of brewer's yeast in them. And there's two types of bacteria in your stomach. There's the good stuff and the bad stuff. This has the good stuff in it. Brewer's yeast, while it's got a lot of B complex vitamins and it's really healthy for you, it's kind of the bad stuff because it'll give you that auto brewery syndrome in your gut. And anytime you eat sugar, it just explodes and makes you burp a lot and everything. This
resets it.
and gives you the good stuff, all the stuff that you should have in there, and makes you feel.
If you've been drinking, more than one or two, which is prescribed
Every day.
by a doctor,
Right.
at least my doctor.
An ABV worth of alcohol, yeah.
Right. And then, so, this is a good end of the night or in between thing that kind of resets you at the end,
Yeah.
and you kind of go home and you're in a better
This is
shape.
delicious. I want this like with a sandwich. This is awesome.
It's like a slightly tart Hawaiian punch.
Yeah.
And it would have to drink a lot to actually get I don't think you can get drunk off.
Well, and it's kind of like a palate cleanser because
Correct.
now I feel like everything we've had isn't there anymore.
So you
Yeah.
can
Right.
drink more as
Oh
well?
well, yeah,
Well,
that's
yeah.
all precisely. Like, I
Okay,
like what
evil
you're
plan
doing
is working.
there.
I'll have another, please.
Well, cheers, you guys.
Cheers. Hey, thank you very much for having us.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Congrats on your new
Appreciate
production
it.
brewery.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's outstanding. Congratulations,
Thank
you
you.
guys, and continued success and continued good luck with all of your beers.
Thank you very much.
Lee Dockstader.
Lee, everybody! Lee Dockstader, yeah!
He'll never forget it.
Jared Davis, everybody,
Thank
from
you.
San Diego Brewing Company. What's your website?
SanDiegoBrewing.com.
SanDiegoBrewing.com. Check it out online, and you can also check out this edition of ABV and other editions of Beer for Breakfast ABV at 91x.com. Danielle, Paul, Lee, Jared. Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Aloha.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.